I got an idea. Like an actual, okay. I've had an idea this whole time, but I find like the final idea, okay? Completely original idea. I don't think anyone's ever done this before. I think this is this is a first for any streamer at all. We're gonna be doing a tier list, baby. Oh yeah, this is what we like to see. This is the only good one I could find, okay? Nothing I could do about the tier. You know what? Let's can we get rid of this tier? We'll put it at the bottom. I don't like that tier. Worst. Okay, here we go. PS2. One of the best-selling consoles of all time. This actually, I've heard before that PS2s have sold a lot because they had a DVD player in it, and it was cheaper than just getting a DVD player. So I think this is actually S because it's one of the best-selling consoles of all time. Had a really good game selection. It was just a really good console. I think it's S tier. I don't think that's too much of a thing. Xbox 360, I think that is. There's two Xbox 360s, so I'm just gonna put them in the same tier. I think this is actually slightly different, but same console. This is either A or S. What are we thinking? I would like to know because I actually don't know. B. There's A or S. I'm going with A. Yeah. Let's just move both of them in there. I don't know why there's two Xbox 360s, but whatever. PS1. It's top of A. It's better than Xbox 360. Xbox One. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan of the Xbox One. It's not a horrible console, but it's better than a PS3. It might go in B tier, but we could change it later. The problem with Xbox is that their naming is terrible. They name their consoles whatever they want to name them. So Xbox makes sense. Xbox 360, kind of weird. And then Xbox One, like, what? And then Xbox One S, it's like, okay, I guess I kind of get it. Xbox One X, which, by the way, S and X sound very similar. I don't... They're like the same. Okay. And then Xbox Series S, and then Xbox Series X. All these right here are the most confusing names of all time in anything, I swear. Like a parent, if they wanted to buy a kid an Xbox, they're probably gonna get it wrong. Because look how confusing that is. I mean, PS4, I think it's just higher B tier. I think that's really what we have to do. I don't think it's that much better because they're honestly pretty even in my opinion, but I think that's a fair game right there. Slim and Pros, I mean, they're technically different, but really it's the same games. Xbox, the original. This is not a good console. This is a bad console. I'm putting this in D tier. It's not good. It looks ugly. It didn't have many good games. All it had was really Halo. Like, honestly, the first Xbox kind of sucked. They definitely took a W with Xbox 360 after that. Okay, what is it? The Xbox Series X? Nobody really cares about the Xbox Series X. Like, it just kind of exists, you know what I mean? Like, no one's like, oh my god, an Xbox Series X. Like, if you got a PlayStation 5, you would be freaking out. In my opinion, you would probably, like, tell people about it. But if you got an Xbox, it's like, okay, you got an Xbox, great. Like, I feel like it's not like a status symbol compared to PS5, which seems to be considered a luxury item by some people, which I kind of agree with. It's sleek, it's slim. This is a box. This is a box, bro. Like, come on. C tier. PS5 is going to be middle B tier. I think it is better than Xbox One. I don't think it's as good as PS4. There's going to be riots outside my house after this, but, you know, we have to deal with it. I mean, I have that anyway for playing Garfield Kart on stream, but this is good. I feel good about this. Let's rank Nintendo's consoles. I can't find, like, an all-console one, so... Dude, once again, they put, like, the same... Like, these two are the same thing. They're both 3DSs. 3DS, I mean, B tier. A tier. A tier. A tier. DS is A++, or S++. It's, I mean, in my opinion, it's just such a good. The problem with the Wii U was marketing and the design. The design sucked, and people didn't know the difference between a Wii U and a Wii. They thought it was like the same thing, which makes sense. It's honestly very confusing. I think it has good game selection, but the actual design and everything like that is kind of poor. So it had good games, though. That's the one thing it did have going for it. Virtual Boy is F. Yes, is Virtual Boy even on here? It is. I guess F minus. I don't know why the tier list goes so far down. I wouldn't say F minus. I mean, it technically worked. I mean, not really well, but I mean, I think F minus is like actually not functional at all. I don't know, like that has to be super low, right? That's like the worst thing ever made. Virtual Boy, I mean, it's really bad, but I wouldn't say it's the worst. Game Boy Color is S+. This is S+ as well. GameCube, it's better than the 2DS. Problem is with GameCube is that it was kind of ugly. Like, had the little handle on it. Like, who's gonna do anything with that? Nintendo 64. S. Amazing game selection. Revolutionized 3D gaming. NES. S tier. Yeah, S tier, S tier, S tier. Switch. This is OLED Switch. I think it's A tier, but I actually think the original Nintendo Switch is better than it. Just because of the price difference, there's nothing different in my... It's not a significant difference between the price points, which are actually like $50 difference, but still. Wii. One of the best consoles of all time. I mean, I feel pretty good about this. I guess the only problem I could see people having is having the Game Boys in B tier. They could go higher, but I don't know. I still think that Nintendo Switch is the best console of the. Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, those are tier lists, and